And we do have liftoff nearly. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And for the sprint in Las Vegas, we are racing. Short run down into turn number 1. And how quickly can the main protagonists get themselves up to the front of the field? And Cutter Lucas has had an absolute stormer off the line. There was a V-carb launching it down the inside. And there is Adam Sanderson thrown into the Armco on the right-hand side, losing a whole host of places and dropping from the front of the grid right to the back of it. Tom Bean up into second place. Excellent start for the Season 3 champion, with SAFFZO, the Season 1 champ, on the move as well, battling away with F1 Alex over third and fourth. Kareem, this is potentially it. He's got to try and make his way through very, very quickly, but Ben's got the advantage at the moment, as we see a little bit of front wing damage, and 4 wide just behind. Still battling in 6th position. Mike Stasio started from first, lost a whole host as there's contact now going down to the tight turn number 12. And look at this, jinking all over the place as a Haas going slowly. I think Lollinoba's been balked a little bit as he leaks a lot of places. But Tom is up into the lead of the race, snatching it off the hands of Cutter Lucas.
As we make our way through this Grand Prix, lap 3 of 9, yellow flags further back as that guy Vince makes an early retirement, and I think it's just a yellow flag, but that's in the middle of the circuit. Makes his way through as well. So F1 Alex once again down to P7 and getting a 3-second time penalty to boot.
That is very early to pick up a 3-second penalty. There's contact. Big crash at the back. Kareem's out of the race. Ben's out of the race. We didn't quite catch it. But the two that joined Vince on the sidelines, massive crash down into 14, is the 2 main championship challengers. What has gone on there? Lots of drivers involved. Adam Sanderson's got no front wing. Somehow the safety car hasn't been called out. Diving into the pits goes Skyzy as well. We were waiting for a spark to try and light it up here in Vegas. Kareem and Ben both gone.
Now, Ben's going for the charge. He's going for the overtake on Scott Taylor. Both of them flashing, both of them saving battery. Kareem giving Ben a bit of a bump draft to just encourage that impetus to get the overtake done so he can follow him through. As you can see, Ben builds a bit of a gap as Kareem switches to none. And then it's that contact there, as I think Ben brakes a tiny bit earlier. Kareem not expecting it. As a result, contact made. Scott gets pinted on the right-hand side. Ben immediately into the wall, and it's absolute carnage. Kareem tries to rejoin the circuit into the path of Adam Sanderson. And in a flash, both championship contenders, at an absolutely critical moment, bow out in this sprint race.
And now we can solely focus on the battle to try and pick up a race victory, because SAFFZO, the Season 1 champion, on the move and in the groove, pulling out to the middle of the circuit, and is going to take the lead off the hands of the Season 3 champion. 2 former champs battling it out right at the sharp end of the field.
Who your money or your bets are on for this afternoon. 1 lap to go to decide the sprint race results here. 6 cars in contention, and Infratic starts to make his moves.
I think that was actually maybe a bit of a blunder from Tom, slightly late on the brakes, almost had to inadvertently dive down the inside of SAFFZO, and Infratic saying thank you very much, an opportunity to get up into second place, which is probably the best position to be coming onto the strip straight to end the lap. Down the inside we go with Tom trying to nab second place back. Ricky 03, can he try and pick up the scraps, potentially looking for a first win in the Creator Series? But it's the Portuguese in the Ferrari up into second position. Sound the alarm bells, everybody. Fabio might be about to win. One of, if not the most seasoned campaigner right at the start of this train. 3/10 the margin. Fabio, knees weak, arms are sweating. Here he comes, moving over to the left-hand side of the track. This is an opportunity to win for the first time. Who's going to be braver on the brakes? SAFFZO. There's just enough space around the outside to repel the assault. We were 3 wide behind, and we can only just see them in the background. Is it the Season 1 champion? Is it the Season 3 champion? Tom up the inside. Fabio's getting balked. He moves over to the right. Who is it going to be over the line? It's Tom nicking it up the inside. The top 3 covered by 1/10 of a second, crossing the line sideways with Nick Flies, and it's the Season 3 champion Tom returning to the top step. He won the sprint in China. He wins the sprint in Vegas by 13 milliseconds ahead of the Season 1 champion. Fabio missing out by 1/10. That's the closest he's ever been to a victory. But what a finish. Pretty decent on it on F1 23 as well, so there's certainly some form behind Meraki. Not going to pick up the championship, but is still fighting for 3rd spot in the overall standings. And diving back into the pits, Razin smashes the benchmark though. First driver into the 129s by some distance as well. 4/10 clear of Infratic, who's jumped up into second place. Fabio is absolutely on it as well, 30.2, currently holding a spot on the front row. SAFFZO with an improvement second time around, also jumping into 4th with a 30.5.
Certainly is, and Kai makes it even quicker for the Kicksab as a 1:29.7, just pipping out Razin there by just over half of a second. Oh, sorry, half a tenth between the two of them, should I say. And Razin Chai, as it stands, will start on the front row, but alongside Formula Kai, who looks to make one of his first pole position entries here in the F1 Creator Series. Lots of other drivers still on laps as well. Of course, Timo Mardik, I think, making his way through, putting the car up to P12 after his earlier Inter's pole attempt, getting an almighty tow from his teammate Adam Sanderson, but wasn't quite enough.
Skies improves by a couple of positions and a couple of tenths as well, slotting just ahead of his teammate, that guy Vince. Bit of a slide coming through turn number 1, but matters not. And this has been impressive from Skies, he has to say. Just been bumped down into 7th as Kareem first representative time on the board with a 29.8, just under a tenth down on Formula Kai.
As Ben does go purple in the second sector, at least according to the track map in the bottom right hand side of your screen. The checkered flag flies here in qualifying. No more attempts shall be began to try and set the fastest lap time as SAFFZO dives into the pit lane and retires alongside Cutter Lucas. So we'll be next across the line, I believe, Williams, followed by the Mercedes duo of Timo Mardik and Adam Sanderson.
Well, it wasn't a brilliant middle sector. He was about 3 tenths down on Formula Kai, so this might be in the region of a low 1:30 unless he absolutely nails the final sector. Here comes the reigning champion. Important lap to get on the board. Where is it going to put him? It's only 6th at the moment. Infratic, brilliant lap up to 3rd. Tom crosses the line, and he is only in 7th. Razin Chai enters the pits. Formula Kai is down by 2 tenths. This is an opportunity for Formula Cream to snatch pole right at the death with his main rival down in 6th.
Well, 2 tenths and nearly 3 tenths improvement for Formula Karim as he makes his way through the second sector. All important run down towards the final flat out corner. Left-hander to try and take. Could he try and close the deficit even more by starting from the front? Yes, he can. Formula Karim will take pole position here in Las Vegas, and the championship hopes for Timo Mardik are surely dwindling now as there's a 7-place deficit between the McLaren and the Mercedes. A team once united, now divided under the lights. We are going to have lights above our heads very, very quickly. We got 2, 3, 4 and 5, and under the lights here in Las Vegas, the lights go out and we go racing. It's a good pull away from our 2 pole sitters. It's Karim on the outside, it's Kai on the inside, and Karim with a leadable advantage in towards the first corner. Kai stepped further back trying to deal with Fabio, who's also had a good launch off the line. Razin Chai's also there with M-Sky-Z wanting to try and make an early impression as he falls half a second back off the leading quartet. Meraki and Dako Vince making waves as well further back. We are going to have several 2x2 moments in towards the first sector as everybody else settles themselves through. Meraki and Sky-Z there going side by side, and it is going to be the Aston Martin, the reservist that's stepping in this afternoon, who comes out on top. This could be Meraki playing the patient game at the moment. Further down, it's Ricky and Nick Flies having a good old scrap as we make our way through the first of 50 laps here. SAFFZO getting past Tom, 2 former champions, as Tom returns the favour and puts that Alpine back up into P9. It's lots of first lap moves here, but nothing yet secure for the championship for either driver, Tom.
And Kareem. Be interesting to see what Ben does on this lap as diving into the pits. They all file into the pits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in they come. Who's going to pick up the 10-second penalty? The customary 10-second penalty. Well, congratulations, everybody. Round of applause. They managed to stop on their marks and make sure they don't get a speeding in the pit penalty. Ben, Tom and Lollinoba staying out. They're going longer, going for the overcut as well, as Kareem most certainly there was putting on the medium tyres.
In the Grand Prix as well. They will have to make at least one more pit stop as the yellow flags further back. Safety car here in Vegas, I think. Who stopped on track? Who was that causing all of the chaos? I'm trying to figure it out. Was it Mike Sacchio? He rounds the pit straight. Is he going to be able to do it? It's incredibly close on pit exit. Karim and Kai, I think, just pip it out, or I think it's going to be Timo Mardik that actually splits the 2 drivers.
And he's on the soft compound tyres as well, so you do not want to miss this restart. The reigning champion from just happy to sit in behind, hold firm in 6th, 7th, maybe even 8th place, save a little bit of fuel, is now going to be able to unleash the pace that he's got in his back pocket. Those soft tyres have got as well.
Rain is still imminently in the future as the dark clouds in the background of this Vegas skyline do boom and reckon. But it's foot to the floor for Formula Kai to get this race underway once again. Karim looks to the inside line, almost pinched away as front wing damage. I'm trying to figure out who that was to. Is that to the Alpine further back of Tom?
I think it's Razin who's wounded and once again falling on the wrong side of the luck. It's definitely one of the Alpes. It might be Tom who's trying to swing it around the outside. I mean, Fratic got half a front wing on his car, but that is absolutely picture perfect stuff. Fabio might have a little bit of front wing damage as well as he falls through the field from 4th, I think he was, down into 9th. And I think I can just see the left-hand end plate missing on that Scarlet Ferrari car. What went on there? Big cluster. Kareem saying, what is he doing? Not 100% sure who he's referring to, but he has just about come through unscathed. Being squeezed. Are we diving into the pits? We can't see the Mercedes and the Sauber. 2 of them are going to come in. 2 of them are going to stay out.
Which way is going to be the better way to solve this pit stop conundrum? Team Armada and Formula Kai in towards the pits. This time around, Karim and Razin Chai deciding to stay out alongside Ricky 03 and that guy Vince. So there are drivers opting and deciding the track is still viable in terms of grip on the slick tyres, and they are going to see, well, just how much grip this track still has to offer. And Razin Chai and Karim cannot afford to battle at the moment as they make their way through this Grand Prix. We're being told Karim thinks it was a mistake to stay out. I'm sure we'll see you come through in just a moment.
Yeah, he was 4/10 quicker than Kareem in the middle sector. Obviously lost a little bit of time coming out of the pit, stuck behind Formula Kai. There they are, and it's not going to be small. It's a sizable gap between 2nd and 3rd place. It was absolutely the correct decision to come in on the previous lap. And look at that, Kareem and Razin actually have a Haas of Lollinoba to deal with. Bit of a slide as Kareem tries to get those tyres up to temperature. And Lolly back in this race as well for a potential podium finish. The gap is 1.3 seconds between Kai and Kareem.
Oh, safety car.
Oh.
Where's that come from? I can't see. Infratic, maybe? The only driver that I can see going slowly and not in the pits at all, yeah.
So, it's Vince's AI. Keep a close eye here. Obviously, extremely slow, extremely erratic. You can probably guess where this goes next. So, Meraki's managed to clear the errant Aston Martin car. We've got Adam Sanderson deploying the electrical energy all the way down through the last corner, and he pulls to the inside. Fabio tries to follow him through, and as you can see, well, yeah, need I say any more? Big contact, big snap and a tank slapper from Adam Sanderson. Infratic caught up. I am shocked he didn't retire because it was a big hit for the Ferrari faithful.
Going side by side with Timo Mardik here, who has the opportunity to try and cut that first or cut the last corner and dominate all the space if he wishes to do so. Kai puts his foot to the floor. We're going to go green flag racing once again on lap 32 of 50 in towards the first corner. And there's a side-by-side battle further back as Chai and Lollinoba having a good old scrap between the both of them. It's Chai that gets the advantage over the Italian at the moment. And how long is it until the tyres start to heat up where they can try and form a response?
In the wet, we of course don't have the advantage of the DRS, but I don't think that's going to stop somebody like Formula Cream in the tracks. But as we say that, collision once again down in 14, 15 and 16. Ryan is out of the session. We do finally have our first retirement, just as we were seeing discussions about people not wanting to retire because they would have to speak to Hayden Gullis, but we are eventually down to 19, and that was quite a short one, wasn't it?
And of course, it all comes down to the final few laps of racing. Weaving by Formula Kai, getting the tyres up to a little bit more temperature. And when's he going to go? He puts his foot to the floor. The green flags will fly. And we'll go racing once again in Vegas. And it's going to be a great restart from Lollinoba. And he tries to chance it around the outside of Razin Chai, braking on the exit curbs there. Can't necessarily get the car slowed as much as he would have liked. But he's still side by side with Razin Chai. He's aside. Now he's ahead of the Haas car. Can progress to try and charge forth to Formula Karim, who's on the pigtails of Team Armada because Formula Kai still leads. Gets his way past Nick Flies with this battle for the lead here. Timo Mardik looking towards the inside line. Karim potentially to the outside line as Kai can't quite decide which way he's going to defend. He's going to go almost 2 wide. It looked to be 3 wide for a moment. Timo Mardik later on the brakes in towards the penultimate few corners here. Kai tries to hang it around the outside. Karim touches with the wall. Here comes Lollinoba as we come towards the 37th lap of this Grand Prix. Timo Mardik takes the race lead. The rain has stopped. Lollinoba down the inside of Formula Kai now, looking to try and mount a challenge late in the day. For the DRS to become enabled again, and that's generally the sign that a circuit is clean to use. Scott Taylor retires, and the final few corners, safety car once again. I was hoping that nobody was going to crash into the rather stationary and or moving at the same time V car. Of course, the lapped car does ghost, fortunately, allowing everybody through and past, but he's now a lapped car down in P18. This is going to be an interesting situation where the car is probably a permanent moving roadblock, or should I say static roadblock, at least for the next 10 or so laps. Well, all eyes on the drivers. Timo Marduk will take his first safety car restart of this Grand Prix. Lollinoba will follow in behind him with Formula Karim in P3. Formula Kai, who's led so much of this race, will start from P4. Let's keep an eye. Ben puts his foot to the floor. The green flag will fly. And this time, Formula Karim not squeezed to the inside line. Immediately released by Lollinoba. And our two championship contenders once again can be at wit's end with one another. Timo Marduk and Formula Karim make their way through as we start lap 42 of 50, and this is going to be a championship deciding sprint. And now finds himself in P5 within the DRS of the drivers in front. Timo Marduk leads and could be a sitting duck as DRS will come to our drivers not this lap but next lap as Formula Kai takes Formula Karim and makes the Formula Squared battle on track once again.
Yellow flag is Adam Sanderson potentially pitched into the barriers at turn 12. He is very much off the circuit. We need to return to the leaders though because I think Formula Kai is going to get ahead of the reigning champion and championship leader. Karim's actually having to defend as well from Lollinoba, who was potentially trying to snaffle up a final spot on the podium but was unsuccessful in his first attempt to do so.
It's still incredible to see how much curb Formula Kai likes to take compared to some of the other drivers. Almost three wide for a moment there as Lollinoba now comes to join the party. Timo Marduk wants to move down in towards the first corner. Kai closes the door. This could allow Karim down the inside of Timo Marduk. Kai still blocking the way. Karim to the inside line. Not one, not two, but three cars now separating himself and Timo Marduk, who's into the wall. Contact between himself and Lollinoba. Razin Chai's there as well. And Timo Marduk has he got front wing damage?
100% missing that left-hand end plate. Could that be the championship over? Karim still needs to try and get the job done as they flash through the ghosted SAFFZO. Karim now leads this race, but Ben has got a significant handicap now if he's going to try and pick up this championship. Down into fourth position, and he's missing half of his front wing. We've got 4 laps to go, and at the moment things are looking a little bit stationary. Adam Sanderson's out of the race, everybody, and we have a safety car.
Oh, here we go, folks. If ever there was a tactical safety car, I think we could have just seen it. The gamble could have paid off. Timo Marduk has an opportunity, maybe not as much as he would have liked. Are we seeing a situation like Singapore in 2008 here? Teammate crashing to help out their own teammate. Timo Marduk in towards the pits for a fresh front wing, fresh set of tyres, and we'll start from at least P12. He's got 2 or 3 laps to determine the championship. This is like all the great dramas rolled into one. It certainly is. 2 laps to go. 1 lap of DRS. It's the Formula duo that stand at the front of the grid at the moment. Karim from Kai with Razin Chai in P3 at the moment. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. And we're getting ready to go racing once again, folks. We're about to start 49 to 50. Karim gets the last of the heat in his tyres, the first time that he's had a safety car restart to lead in this Grand Prix. I think, if anything, the Twitter war could start. But for the moment, the talkie will be on the track. Karim puts his foot down. Kai holds the rest of the pack up. And the McLaren at the moment has an amazing launch in towards the first corner. Could we see it's a Kick Sauber helping out the McLaren?
1 down, 11 to go for Ben, up into P11, getting past Datka Vince. I would not be surprised if there's potentially a hole in the floor of Formula Cream's sim rig. Just how hard he tried to mash his right foot into the ground. Getting past another driver is the reigning champion. That is 10th place now, though Mike Stasio might have something to say about it, but dancing around the outside of turn number 5. He's into the top 10, make that 9th as he darts past F1 Alex. You'd like to think so, wouldn't you? The Rockstar rookie, reigning F2 champion, rocking along right now. He's got 6/10 per second in his back pocket, but there's still a battle for second place to be won and done. Razin Chai moving to the outside. Is he going to steal it right at the death from Formula Kai? They are gaining at an alarming rate to the back of Karim, but it is the Alpine that gets second.
Karim's been winning this championship since day dot. He's looked so determined, so optimistic to win. The only driver to win from pole, not once, not twice this season. He'll do it a 3rd time. He's gone all out on red, and he wins not only the race, but also the championship as well. Formula Karim is your race winner in Vegas and takes home the championship here in Season 9 of the F1 Creator Series. It was too much to handle for Timo Marduk this time around. He'll finish in 7th. And I think M Sky Z will feel job well done after a redemption arc from Season 6.